we're back with another video. Alright, so y'all motherfuckers really like the Minecraft apparently, because I've been seeing a couple comments on it recently. And I didn't know how y'all felt about that shit for real. So, let's get it. What if Deku had a Minecraft quirk? Part 18, I think it was. So if you're lost and don't know what's what and what's going on, don't worry. There's a guide down below to help a nigga out. Not a guide, my bad. I'm thinking of Minecraft videos. But there is a playlist down below to help you out with that. Also, we're going to do a light recap. On part 17, if I got the numbers right, we pretty much left off with Deku, remembering every shit, coming back to when he was 4. And he's just like crying and a little distorted. But now we got to talk about big boy Deku, because we haven't had a time skip it. So Deku is like, what the fuck do I do? And so after, he gets adjusted, he's probably at school on the playground or some shit. He looks at a tree. He has flashbacks. He's tearing up a little bit, okay? With the DK right there while Charles is out doing something, looking for Jumpy and shit. And DK's like, all right, buckaroo. First, punch the tree. But isn't that gonna hurt? Yeah, I know. I said the same thing, but just give it a try, buddy. Yeah. Okay. Hey, it didn't hurt. And I was like, you're gonna have to punch it for a little bit longer than that. And so Deku's punching the tree, and as you would guess, the tree breaks, but it doesn't fall down. It just. And the Deku eyes start to change a little bit. And he's like, And he sees it how he saw it in Minecraft when he was in the Minecraft world, right? So Deku smiles, but it's almost like a sinister smile. It's like, So he takes it, he breaks down the tree. He starts going crazy with it. He starts breaking it down. Starts just punching these trees. And he looks in his inventory and he's like, I have an inventory. So he makes planks. Well, he makes a crafting table, plops it down, and he's like, oh, OG Willikers. And he's like, yes. He's actually stoked. He's like, because like when he uses, his stuff and his abilities and stuff like that, he feels like he's connecting with DK, Charles, and so he feels more connected, okay? So he feels like he one with his homies when he uses his ability. Anyways, after the playground, he's like, hey, Mom, I don't go out hang with some friends. He's lying. Doesn't matter, though. So what Deku does is he grabs some string. He look around, bro. He makes some sticks. He's got a fishing rod. And it literally pops up on the screen, fishing rod acquired. And so what happens now is he also sees his achievements. I think it's achievements. He sees them pop up. So anyways. What happens next here, Deku goes out to a lake. He's like, Charles taught me well. And he, Hooga, sends that bitch out, right? He immediately waits. Waiting patiently. And he's like, now we wait. Now we wait. And then he waits for a little bit and you can see some time passing. You can see some, hello? Ew. You can see time passes. You see him with some leather boots. You see him with some some fish, obviously, and some other stuff. But then he gets it. He gets a bow and it's glowing purple. All right. And he's like, all right. He looks at it, holds it in his inventory. He picks it up, holds it in his inventory. And he's like, excellent. The bow's got mending, unbreaking thread, and luck of the sea and luring. He's like, perfect. He looks at his old bow, he puts it in back in his inventory. He doesn't got a shulker box yet. So then he's like, yeah, I can make this work. Yeah, He started talking a little smooth to himself. Like he's 4, but he's a lot older than 4. We're going to say, I'm not going to confirm his age exactly. For the simple fact is, I would say in theory, Minecraft time is a lot. It's like going in the room of spirit and time on Dragon Ball Z. Or for those that don't know, it's like going amplified. So, oh, by the way, if you hear the music in the background, it would be Minecraft music. But I don't know if that's copyright or not. Anyways, so he gets I lost my train of thought. I don't remember. Anyways, fishing rod. He gets his fishing rod. And after he does that, he's like, yeah, all right, cool. So he actually ends up making a boat. He makes the boat, goes out and starts fishing. No, that's what I was saying. His age. His age is not confirmed, but he's older than by a very large margin, okay? And the reason he is so old is for the simple fact that time goes faster in Minecraft. 12 minutes for us is a whole day in Minecraft. And a whole night, so 24 minutes is 24 hours. So if you use that ratio, on top of the fact that Deku spent an extended amount of time being in there, on top of the fact that they even went to hell and also went to the nether, the aether, fan-made, obviously. But since he went there, so I'd also add some additional amount of time to all this. So your boy's old. Like, it's not like 100 years. Well, shit, maybe actually, if we took the time and gave the rest estimate, he's probably fairly old considering, you know, normal world standard. Before his POV, he's probably in his either like 20s, maybe 40s, 50s, somewhere around there. Just people in Minecraft don't age, but he still has wisdom. Anyways, this is getting late, so let me get back to it. He goes out, fish for a while. He actually loses track of time. And he's like, damn, it should be night by now. And he's like, oh, he's so used to, you know, normal Minecraft thing. So he's like, I can grind. So what Deku ended up doing, right? He starts fishing for a while. And he starts getting some books and chatting. Most of them are subpar, but something he can work with. So he's like, cool. Now he's figuring out, all right, he heads back home and he got most of the stuff in his inventory. He couldn't keep it all. So what he did was he got some dirt blocks, made a chest, put a chest in the ground and put, you know, some dirt blocks on it. And let's just say there's a bone on the ground. He put some bone meal down there to hide it. And he marked it with like a torch or something. And then he left, went back home. And his mom was like, you're out in the rain. Are you okay, honey? He's like, you're dry. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go to my room now. So I'm trying to think how I'm going to make it to where your boy Deku has cobblestone. So what I'm going to say is he knows. No. There's a lot of updates that's happened to Minecraft since the last time I made a video on this. So bear with me here. But he also knows that if he can get to the nether, he can get the cobblestone equivalent. But the problem is he doesn't want to go to the nether because he doesn't know what difficulty it's set on, in the sense of he doesn't know like the level, because he remembered Charles or DK saying to him like, sometimes we live in a world where it's peaceful and other times we live where it's easy. And then other times we live in a world where it's normal. And then there's 2 other options that are far more worse. And Charles is like, adventurous, shut up, Charles. You know that one's not that bad. It's just annoying. No, hard difficulty. All these villagers you see around us, they have 100% guaranteed to either get turned into a zombie or that's it. If it's normal or easy, it's a smaller percentage, but they could also die. If I recall correct, I think easy, they just die. They don't even transform, so we can't even save them. DK just starts kind of pulling at his hair, scratching at it a little bit, just nagging. Just like, God damn it, son of a bitch. And not too heavy. And then James comes through flying, and he's like, as he like comes through with his fully diamond / netherite armor, with his stature being very intimidating to the outside viewer. And James is like, there's also one more. Hardcore. Even Charles flinches at the name of that. And Deku, even though this is like around his just getting used to being here, what's so wrong with hardcore? All of them with a serious expression, even Charles. When you play hardcore, everyone says this simultaneously. When you play hardcore, if you die permanently. I had some of my own colleagues in. Let's just say we went to the nether, and it didn't end well, and I was the sole survivor. Charles was like, yeah, I had two buddies. One name was Mike, and the other name was Jumpy. Deku looked at him, and he was like, wait, what? Anyways, it's a real pain. And DK, looking the worst for wear, I had a group of 10 people. We all played on hardcore. And when they say play, they mean live, but the terminology is different. But look, we know we're talking about a game, so don't at me at the comments. We'll throw hands for it. Anyways, so what ended up happening, right, is DK was just like, it was 10 of us. We all had plans to conquer this world, but we didn't know. We thought he was gonna respawn, but he didn't. A few people panicked and a few people lived off on their own. But the main thing was, it was 4 of us. Somebody else died during their adventure outwards. I thought they were gonna leave and basically betray me, but no. Only one came back. He had choker boxes in hand. He figured out a way to get to the end without fighting the dragon. And he put down 3 choker boxes full of all good stuff. Armor. At this time, netherite and ancient debris wasn't discovered. Not then, not yet. Diamond armor and elytra was the main go-to. With tears falling almost from his eyes, DK said, before the person died, screaming he's on half a heart, I'm not gonna make it past this episode. And we fought very hard, but those chokers, man, there's something else, dog. It took me a minute to get the materials, but I got it. And I'm like, DK's like, eat the golden apple. Take a potion of healing. We have some. No, keep that for yourself, man. We've been through many, many worlds. The easy, the peaceful, the normal, the hard. And even though we may have died a few times, because I remember Mike and some other homies. Even though we died a few times, you always was there with a bed and some food and some iron for us. We'll see you go out for days on end, had a mine to get iron and diamond and make sure we had our materials. You made sure our houses were fortified and you made sure anytime we needed something, we always had it. Thank you. DK sweating, DK just furious, don't know what to do. He's like, listen, okay, it's about to be night right now. You need to get into the house. Please listen to me, okay? I have some healing potions on my body. Let me just pull it out of my inventory and I'll give it to you. The dude screams, no. I would love to, but I'm starving. And I'm slowly dying. He's like, I have food right here, but it'll be a waste. I have bad almond, buddy. DK's heart sinked. No. We're in a village. I know. I didn't think I would leave on because I know you're probably planning some plan to make sure everyone gets out safe. So, tick. I'm gonna make sure I go out with a bang. He pulls out some gunpowder and some other items to make some TNTs. I'm gonna make sure this village is safe. Before I go. No, DK, as he screams, no! But everyone else immediately understands what's going on, and as DK's crying, he's putting on the diamond armor, the hat, and everything else. He's suiting up, and he's like, And then with his eyes peering out and his sword out in his hand, with his axe in the other hand, or we could say axe and a shield, it don't matter, whatever you think looks cooler, just pretend that's what's happening. And as he says that with his, helmet all slightly tilted, he screams, "We died on their blood tonight!" With the 4 other people there screaming, "Yes!" And then all you hear before everything goes black is a big explosion. One of the people that DK are friends with is like, I'll guard the villagers. Y'all just make sure no one gets past me. I'll guard him to make sure. And then they all set up this line of defenses. And the problem with that though is, even though I don't have this video, I might have it posted on this channel, but it's equivalent to my worst night in Minecraft. It just kept going bad and badder. The explosion took out good chunks of many people, but it blew up some torches. Night came and the area wasn't fully well lit. First it was the pillagers, then it was zombies. Then it was skeletons, and multiple days passed as they're fighting and fighting. And this is when they first just got into the world. They don't got food. They've already took most of the food from the village. The villagers are getting overrun. DK and his friends are slowly slipping away. They're eating their food, using their perils, they're fighting. And just as the days pass, one by one they fell. Then as dawn rises, you see 3 dead bodies with the diamond armor, no enchantments. DK looks up and sees one pillager. He attacks, tired and exhausted, broken almost. And then, as he's falling unconscious, he sees one of his allies and he runs towards them. He's running, one arm limped, damn near damaged. He's running, pulling out an instant heal potion. And as he goes to throw it on him, a pillager gets in the way, gets stored to full cover. DK, realizing he's gotta fight this dude, whips out his diamond sword with everything he got. But he swings once. He gets a hit. It's a critical. Then he swings again and it breaks. It did damage, but not enough. As the pillager starts to beat down on DK with his axe, with precision and mastery. DK knows it's the end. And then as the final strike comes and he realizes this is how it goes, this is how it ends, all you hear is click. And then you see on the screen, XX somebody has been killed by a pillager. And DK tears run through his eyes. No, why? Why did y'all believe in me? No, I didn't know. And as that person, DK's lover, she grabs his face as she falls, almost in an anime moment as she's falling. She says, because you've always helped us, and we all didn't know this is how this one works. So, thank you so much for such a fun time. I wish I could have met you in the real world. Bye, DKlin. Tears streaming down his eyes, his body filled with rage, but the rage doesn't overcompensate the pain that he's feeling. He stands nearly like he's trying to hold a tired building, but he can't bring himself to stand. And the pillagers, as DK is slowly but for surely getting surrounded by witches and a few rhinos. It begins to rain a little bit. The sun hasn't set yet. DK realizes this is the end. But what he doesn't know is when he fully put on his armor, he looks in his inventory one last time and he sees a totem of undying, but he doesn't know the name. He just sees a totem. He holds it in his hand because it was a gift. One of his friends, the one that came back, that died to the explosions, giving him. And he told him to always hold this on him no matter what. Never give it away and just always hold it with you. And DK in his last moments held that on. And then he died. And all you would hear is the noises that a totem undying do. I don't know how to replicate it. Plus, I'm not taking the chances of, them copywriting me or something, because this is my main channel, okay? Anyways, as this happens, you hear the noises. XP flowing. DK stands, picks up his axe and a shield, and realizes why his homie told him the name, but he couldn't remember at the time. It was a totem of undying for a reason. DK stands with no words. His helmet's broken, his axe in hand, his shield low in durability, and he takes his stance and shouts, "Y'all shall die upon this night. Your flesh, your body, your bones will be my substance. It will be my dinner. Now perish." As he stands and takes his stance and takes his fight, he charges at him without even wasting any movement. Block, parry, attack. Block, parry, attack. Block, parry, attack. He sees the witch from his peripheral after taking out the pillager that slayed 2 of his allies. He turns around, waits for the witch, throws a potion of harming. He waits. It hits the rhino. The rhino takes sustained damage, DK without a hesitation. While the rhino's stunned, he chops the rhino in 2. He looks at the witch. He proceeds to throw his axe at the witch. The witch dodges, but DK's not done yet. He picks up a sword off the ground and proceeds to start attacking the witch unrelentlessly. The witch is scrambling, trying to get an insta-heal, but DK's not having none of that. He pins the witch into a corner, grabs his sword from the hilt, aims it back, and just starts devouring her with the sword, of course. And just and simply put, he looks around. It's not raining no more, as blood reaches everywhere. Him on a few hearts and a few extra health, as he looks to see some of the villagers did survive. He looks around and realizes something. He's the hero of the village. As the sun sets after many weeks of fighting unrelentlessly, he looks up and realizes he's the only one alive. Even the villagers are surprised at his might, but there was only a handful of people, but more than enough. They showered him with gifts and bounties of unimaginable effects, and DK collapsed to the ground, sobbing over his lost ones, but knowing there was nothing he could do. He spent the rest of his days mining and grabbing materials. After combining all his friends' items and tools together, he put them all together, named them after each of them. Then he set out to make sure no village experiences what he did. After barricading the village and making sure they could live a safe, peaceful life, he set out on his journey. And now we would go back to Deku hearing this story. And then Deku's like, God damn. He's like, James is like, yeah, mine's happened something like that too. And then now we would go back to present Deku, okay? And Deku's like, damn, I don't know what difficulty is. Is there any way I could check? Deku starts thinking, and when he thinks, a menu pops up and he checks and sees it says peaceful mode. He's like, Deku's like, oh, he remembers everything he said. Then he looks, he sees that easy mode, gain a 10% bonus. And he's like, what's a 10% bonus? Normal mode, have access to advanced tools. What? Hard mode, gain access to multiple tools, duplication, and some other things. So basically, as he increased the level of difficulty, after he creeps the level of difficulty, he's able to do more Minecraft-like activities, and he's able to get more of it. So instead of getting 1 diamond by default, he would get like 5, 6, 7, 8. It scales up. And then he sees that mode, hardcore. Once changing this mode, you're in this mode permanently. I'm presuming, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't think anyone's gonna watch this really like that. But if I ever got to that point, I'm presuming I'm gonna make it to where he would be able to eventually get out of them. But it would say grants like an insane amount of bonus. So basically, it's almost like you'll never die, but if you do die, plus the things he would have to fight would be extremely tough. Anyways, so Deku's like, I'm going outside. So he goes outside, and we can say this is the next day. It don't really matter, because who cares? Deku goes outside, and he's like, all right, let me put this bad boy to... He actually goes somewhere where it's dark. Let me put this bad boy to easy. He looks around. He's like, nothing changed. Okay. He walks back out of the alley. He immediately sees people just walking around. And he's like, oh, okay. As Deku walks around and realizes that nothing's changed, he's like, that's pretty much a bummer. And then he sees that... Then he sees like a bubble, and he goes into the bubble, and this is gonna be like the Minecraft bubble, right? So the law and rules work differently, but some people are unaffected and most people aren't gonna really be in here. So it's like he's in the world of Minecraft while still being in his own world, but I'm gonna get it fixed. I just gotta see if it gets any reception. Guys, give me some tips here, because I'm trying to craft it, but I don't know how his ability to work. Because if any of y'all seen the Webtoon the Gamer, I'm thinking about making it something like that, but I don't know, there might be a better way of doing it. As he walks in, he sees easy difficulty. And he proceeds to see the world like how it kind of is for Minecraft, but he's able to do stuff. So he's like, ha! He pulls out a stone pickaxe and a wooden pickaxe and a wooden shovel, proceeds to start digging a little bit. He sees cobblestone. He's like, yes. He looks around and he sees, it pops up and says, you are entered the village. He enters the village and he's like, ah, the trades. He sees cobblestone, he sees a furnace. And he's like, yes, 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 yes. So he's like, I get it now. Okay, so I'm able to play, but I don't know how long this will last. And it might have a duration or whatever. So plus time passes here differently. And it's like it's its own world without being its own world, give or take. And so what ended up happening is Deku basically starts going around, grabs some stone, goes to a lake, swims in it a little bit. And he's like, yeah, this is like Minecraft, the world. And so he's looking at, he's grabbing some cobblestone. He went straight to iron level, and he got a few bits of iron and stuff. And he basically was hustling. And since he played with James and DK, he knows how to do stuff fairly quickly. So I'm going to say your boy's like, all right, I got a few diamonds and I also got enough to make an enchantment table. I got to get a little more sugarcane farm. And then he sees a villager and he's like, maybe this, he asks how many emeralds it would take. And he's like, emeralds? You mean money? Hey, if you can give me X amount of money, I see you're trying to build you an enchantment table. I got you. And he's like, oh, okay. Deku's thinking about how he's gonna get that. He's like, He remembers something DK taught him. So he's like, I'm gonna have to go to the Nether. But the problem is he has to go to the Nether from where he lives, because he can't do it regular, right? So he goes in, closes the area after walking out and then closing it, because he doesn't want to be trapped there again. And then he's like, interesting. So this doesn't inherently affect how I am now. But it does, but it doesn't. So he hits himself and realizes he's taking no damage. Somehow he convinces somebody to hit him. And he realizes, like, he sees his health bar, but he has an iron armor on, so it didn't really do much. He's like, I get it. So I have some of the powers from that world. Okay, this will work. So he hurries home or whatever, and he got a good amount of materials and stuff. And he was able to do something to travel with all the stuff back home. And he tells his mom he's basically about to build them a house. And he goes out to some land and proceeds to start building them a house. Now, Minecraft people don't have air conditioning, but I don't know. I feel like that shit's insulated. Plus, if it didn't, we'll just say he has redstone to make air conditioning. Basically mixing Minecraft technology with real world technology, at least in the My Hero sense. So, in between. Y'all cool with that? So anyways, Deku makes a house that is literally cool by the area. And now you might be like, oh, what? How did he he was able to find some stuff, and I'm not really gonna explain. I'm just gonna say he got it. Fuck it. He was able to make, get a fortune pickaxe after building his room and stuff like this. He makes some room for, his mom or whatever, and we can say it's still near where he lives. It doesn't really matter. He just has his own house, and he tells his mom, these rooms off limits. And he makes a kitchen and everything. Charles was somewhat decent with decorations, surprisingly. All he talked about was fishes and a horse named Jumpy. Who knew? And anyways, so what ended up happening, right, is Deku did this. So he made his enchantment room, and then he eventually had a good amount of iron. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna make me a couple of lava buckets and a couple of water. I think James showed me this one, yeah. So he ended up making a portal to Nether. But when he did that, he made it underground a little bit. So if anything does spawn, it doesn't attack his mom. And he also, put, signs saying, don't enter, not for mom. So after he did that, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go here. But before I do that, he steps over to his enchantment room, and he was like, yeah, this is gonna take a minute. As he proceeds to look at his inventory, and you see a zombie spawner, you also see a skeleton farm, and Deku is just like, and a spider farm. As he pretty much has an isolated area with torchlight, with light there, of course. Even though I don't believe anything would spawn, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna have that whole thing work yet. He's looking at all the stuff he's got, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of XP. Plus, since I don't get tired, cracks his arm, stretches a little. This is gonna be what James would call grinding to godhood. As you see his face gritting, and it does a little animated shot, and then that's where we would end the video off. I am sick and tired of being at 2,620 or about there. If you like the video, you fuck with the video, you know what to do. No, you don't dislike it or leave. You know what to do. I'm not gonna sub and like the shit, please. Not please, but if you fucked with the shit. If you didn't fuck with the shit, throw a comment down though. Talk to you, boy. You want another part? You want some other what ifs? Let a nigga know some.